Welcome to the Ultimate Bloons TD6 strategy series, where I'm going to be showing you strategies for every single tower from the Dart Monkey to the Beast Handler and every single path in between. This will show you how to diversify your setup and get better, along with seeing some stats, tips and tricks, and all of the strategies for every single one of the towers. And although that the series is geared more towards Chimps mode, this will also show you a lot of tips and tricks that apply to the standard game and will allow you to win with a new style. So moving on to the next hero, we have Sai, and Sai is a really cool and awesome hero that you can use. Pretty simple to use in general, but has some really neat tricks. With just a little bit of practice, you can be doing a lot of cool things with Sai. So let's start off by taking a look at a bunch of the good levels with Sai. And there's a few of them, there's a lot of in between though. So the first one is level 3, that's going to be really good. This is the stun ability, and it's going to be useful in many different ways. Sai is global range, but you want to get Sai in a good placement for that stun ability, which is really nice. Then level 4, the main attack, it's AoE. Level 6, you are allowed to kill leads, which is really nice. You should get that between like 37-38. Level 7, you can kill ceramics. If you get Sai down early enough, you could get that for round 40, which is really good. Level 10 is the scream ability. This will just grab everything and will either push it back or just insta kill it. It's really powerful. Level 14 in level 16 are the big upgrades. Level 14 allows Sai to hit Moabs, and then level 16 is for BFBs. This is really the two important levels. Once you get level 16, Sai is going to be doing crazy in late game, and level 20, it kills everything but bads, but you won't get this in Chimps mode unless you have Energizer, which brings me into the next thing. With the 1.5x hero XP, Sai is going to be another one of these Energizer strategies with a really strong level 20 ability that you can get with Energizer in Chimps mode. Also, another thing to note about this is because Sai has 1.5x XP and you don't get the good levels until level 14 and 16, this means Sai isn't good on intermediate or beginner maps, only really advanced and expert maps. They're good with strategies that need some help with like a huge amount of mostly BFBs and Moabs, but I can also do some other things with DDTs and round 100, which I'll look into later. Something like maybe an Archmage or a Moab domination would be a pretty good example, just with that scream coming in clutch in the late game, and they can also help out with the early and mid game, and plus the Energizer strategy. So as I mentioned before, really only the advanced and expert maps you're going to be wanting to use Sai with, because you just aren't going to get the important levels by the time you need it in like the early 90s. And when you get level 16 for the BFBs, it's going to be kind of late. So I recommend using just other heroes. So the pros is that they can destroy a lot of RBE easily, great in the early and late game, can help with DDTs and round 100 too, helps with early game camo and leads, has infinite range. The con is that they don't do a whole lot in the mid game, only good at advanced and expert maps, and doesn't synergize well with many towers. So let's take a look at some examples now, and the objectives that we're going to look at is Sai Energizer strategy, Sai general damage, and then one thing that I forgot to write there is going to be Sai against DDTs in 100, which is something that Sai doesn't technically really damage, but there's different ways that they can help with it, which is really neat too. So for this first example, I'm going to be going on Erosion Chimps, which is a pretty difficult map. We're going to be getting a nice and easy black border with using Sai and just a Moab domination. And the reason why I wanted to show this map is kind of to showcase the global range, which is really nice. So we'll throw Sai way up there so Sai doesn't just get killed by the ice, which is something that you would not want to have happen. And then we'll get just the Dart Monkey up there to give intel to a 202 sub, and that's just going to be what I'm using to start with. Then I'm just going to grab that sniper for the lead. Normally you won't get level 6 by round 28, so we'll just get a 100 sniper, a little bit of a cash waste, but that's alright, something necessary here. Normally for these advanced and experts, if you get Sai down early enough, you'll have lead coming in for 37 and 38, which is where like more leads are, so usually just that 100 sniper will be able to clear enough of that. I'm going to be going for a shrapnel defender to help out in the mid game, kind of take out all the Moabs, because one thing Sai will be doing is won't be damaging any Moabs until you go all the way to level 14, which won't be in like around the early 80s. So that's something to note. You're going to need something that deals good damage. So I will be able to clean up the ceramics and all pretty well. They have the scream ability, which will be able to beat round 76 and both the 78 waves. but only one of the 63 waves, just to note that. Normally you'll have the stun that you can use to help against Moabs in the mid game, which is really nice, but in this case I can't use it because Sai is way over there where we need them to be for the late game. So we are generally going to want something that deals with good Moab damage and not the greatest in the cleanup because of that reason, so you're going to be needing something for that. The Shrapnel Elite Defender will do that pretty well. I'm also just going to grab a Nevemis to get some extra damage because I am going for the Moab domination, and I felt like I just didn't have enough damage, which is a good call because it came pretty close in some of these rounds, but using Sai's stun was really nice, and also the Scream later would come in clutch. So anyways, when it comes to DDTs, I said I would mention this. The Sai stun is really good at stopping DDTs. It doesn't do damage, but it's actually really good support, and you'll see me use that later. And also, when it comes to round 100, Sai can't do anything to the round 100 bad, but the insides, yes. So that makes First Strike a lot more powerful if it isn't already against round 100, because you only need to First Strike into ZOMGs, which then your towers, if you have some slows and all, would be able to kind of slow down the ZOMGs towards the end, and once they break into BFBs, then what you can do is super easy. You just scream all the BFBs and they all instantly die, because there's only so many. Sai's going to grab 3 of them, and then the Scream will get kind of the rest, and like one of them will get blown away, and you should be able to just deal with that one BFB super easy. So you'll see me do that later. It just makes First Strike essentially, I don't know, like twice as strong against round 100, which is really nice. So even with the short lane here against round 100, I just needed that one First Strike, and using that trick, everything was able to go down there. So basically, I continued on. I was able to get that Moab domination, and now Sai's doing a lot of work. We're going to be using stun on the Moab, screaming all of like the big chunks of BFBs, and in general I just have a really efficient setup going on here. I just grabbed like a Bloon Impact to kind of deal with some leaking ceramics, and everything is really nice and easy. All the strategies coming together, and Sai definitely is doing a lot of work. So really good hero on some of these harder maps. The infinite range is really nice, and it's just going to be able to help fix some issues with a lot of strategies, especially really if they have trouble with like large amounts of BFBs and Moabs. So there's that trick for round 100. I got a really big bomb, which is really nice, and that is the first example. That is a really easy Erosion black border. So now I said I'd be going on to showing the Energizer, and of course here it is. So we're going to be doing a quick example with the Energizer. Really fun strategy, but it has some little interesting gimmicks and bits to it that you kind of need to explain a few different like alternate solutions and some ways around it. So in this example, I'm going to be doing it on Spillway, as again, you're going to want to do this on either Advanced or Expert. Expert is actually a lot better because you will be able to get the level 20 a lot faster, but you can still do it on some advanced maps. Intermediate, you really just aren't going to be getting the XP that you need, because you kind of want level 20. You're either going to have it probably about like around 95 or so you can use Scream to literally insta-kill everything. And then there's I did make a little mistake here, which I'll point out in the late game when that comes across. So we're going to be getting Sai, and then I'm going to need something to kind of just deal with this damage in the early game. So basically, the big thing is that you can pick, you're either going to go for Energizer before round 63 or after round 63. Now when you do Energizer before round 63, you get it, you just survive the mid game if you can get past that, and then you basically have like a free win once you can get past like round 80-ish, because you're going to be getting Sai level 20 for round 95, only you need to spend like $10,000, and then you can literally just insta-kill everything, get a First Strike for round 100. With Energizer, you get double First Strikes because it has twice as fast cooldown, so that bad's just going to go nowhere. And then on top of that, once you pop open the bad, you can just insta-kill everything inside with one single Scream, which is also really good. And you're going to be getting like double stun or whatever. That doesn't really matter when your ability just insta-kills everything in the first place. So In order to do that, we're going to need to be really, really greedy. Going from a reactor and pretty much like very little damage, you can barely squeeze by and get this super early before round 63 Energizer, which is a bit of a pain because it's 34k to save up before round 63, which is quite a lot. So I was able to just barely sneak by a little bit. Actually, it was kind of easy because this map is pretty easy in general. I had a bit of extra cash going in. You could scream like the first wave of 63 to give yourself like a little more leeway. I could have spent about like another $2,000 in this run, but that one Alk buff never miss haste with the discount village and the reactor was really all I had, so you can't really spend much if you're going to be doing this. And if you just can't get this to work, which probably will happen on a lot of maps, then you're gonna have to get it after round 63. And this is kind of what I recommend most of the time, because you're gonna be getting Energizer somewhere in like the mid 70s, around 75 I'd say, with a mid-game carry. And then with that mid-game carry, you can push a little bit. You're gonna just need something that will deal some damage to DDTs and all, because you're going to have to save up a decent amount of money, maybe like $10,000-$20,000, so you can buy the level 20, like just getting the upgrades, the last level, just outright purchasing it. And then once you do that, you can insta-kill everything. So it's not bad if you have to spend like another $20,000 to get level 20, because once you buy that upgrade, the rest of the game is just free. Round 98 is going to give you enough money to buy that first strike, and then with the Energizer you're going to be able to take it down. So you just need something to deal with like round 90, 93, those DDTs. Round 92, take like out those ZOMGs. You can scream everything on the inside because you'll be able to just at least take out BFBs at that point. So yeah. Here, I just got a Prince of Darkness because that's going to be able to take out DDTs and clean up whatever Psy's not going to get while I'm getting level 20. But it's all really chill because I'm just going to get level 20 super early here. And if I wanted to, I could even paid for the like last upgrades. Because it's an advanced map, I am going to be paying a little bit, I believe, just to get the level 20 for round 95 here, but that's all easy. And you can again use those stun screams that just took it around round 94. I only spent like $3,000 on round 95, which is really nice. If you're doing the other way, you'd spend more, but as you can see, I have like $30,000 left over, so there's just tons of room. It's not like that big of a deal. And one thing I forgot to note is that for round 96, you want to use the scream very early because you want to have it up as round 98 starts. When you do this, you just kind of scream the ZOMG so it all goes down, and then you can have it up for round 99 again. This is something that I forgot to do here, so it was kind of bad in the example, but if you do it all right, you'd be able to get scream back up for round 99 and skill everything, and then 100 would go down too. So that makes it all super easy. Luckily I had a Prince of Darkness, so round 99 with the stun was able to go down. But yeah, that's just something that you want to keep in mind. And if you do that order like all correctly, scream early 96, 97 gets insta-killed, scream once the ZOMGs enter on 98, then you'll get it back for 99, and you'll just win the game. First strike 100, and that's pretty much it. So Psy definitely is a really cool hero and can do a lot of cool things. The Energizer strategy is really cool, and just general damage for everything else is awesome. So yeah, that's all for Psy, and bye.
Thanks for watching. If you want to help out the channel, you can check out these new videos, like and subscribe for more content, support the channel by becoming a member, and joining the Discord to chat with the community. Bye!